everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Know Your Founders, where we go behind the scenes with inspiring entrepreneurs to uncover their journeys, struggles, and lessons for young founders. Today, I am so excited to have with me Miss Aanchal D. Bali, the CEO and founder of an Indian Ayurvedic skincare brand. Thank you so much for joining me today, Miss Aanchal.
Thank you, Vedita. It is a pleasure to be here.
Me too. And since Diwali is just right around the corner, I want to start by asking you about something very exciting, Adiva's new sustainable corporate gifting campaign. It's such a thoughtful initiative. Could you tell us a little bit about how this idea came about and what makes it special?
So the story of Adiva is so beautiful.
Yes.
All the products that we make, they are made by rural women with pure ingredients, a lot of passion and love.
Yeah.
And Diwali time is the time when families come together, they exchange gifts. So though we were manufacturing a lot of products, in the last 3 years, we've kind of gravitated more towards wedding gifts, Diwali gifts. And it's also a very personal time for everyone because, they want to give the best product to their friends or to their family.
Yes.
So the same beautiful, range of products that we have, we put them together in beautiful handmade boxes. We also do a lot of corporate gifting. We customize it as per your brand ethos, as per the values of your company. And from stationery to wellness products to probably skincare, things like chocolates, brownies, we've done hampers with all sorts of products.
Love that. That's amazing. And what kind of response have you received so far from this corporate or individuals about this campaign?
I think a lot of corporates are now more and more cognizant of the fact that homegrown brands have a lot of value that they bring to their own country.
Yes.
Also, we being an MSME, we always have been a favorite amongst a lot of corporates.
Yeah.
The fact that the team that I have is a women-led, women-run team where we are manufacturing all these products and not just putting a label on top of a product and marketing it, that also adds a lot of credibility. So to answer your question, overall, corporates have been very, very encouraging. They have been, we have had corporates that we work with for 4 consecutive years, and we just feel that I guess more and more people are loving the fact that back to nature and Ayurveda is now back in trend.
Yeah. That's amazing. Now I like to go back to the beginning of your journey, which I was really excited about because I think it's incredibly inspiring for young people like me and our audience. You had what many people would call the American dream corporate job. So what made you to decide all of that and start Adiva?
I think it's a very good question, and I'm not surprised because I hear this question from a lot of people that, oh my God, why did you leave your job in the US and you came back to India?
Yeah.
So I think I see a lot of value in what India is today. And obviously when I left the job and I came over to India, we were still in the growing phases.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in an awe as far as Ayurveda is concerned.
Yeah.
People in India don't take it, for them it's like, ghar ki baat. It is not such a big thing. But outside of India, people are extremely appreciative of natural ingredients, Ayurvedic products. And I think the fact that I wanted to take Ayurveda to the global platform, for me, I had to be in India. I had to set up my own manufacturing unit. I had to build a solid team.
Yeah.
And hence I'm back and I don't regret my decision. I love what I'm doing. And I'm very clear that either from the US to the world or India to the world, Ayurveda in India is going to shine.
Love that. Such a daring decision. And when you made this decision, how did your family and friends react? Were they like more supportive or more on the doubtful side?
My family has always been very supportive. In fact,
That's
today,
amazing.
if I sit over here and talk about Adiva, a lot of credit goes to my father, a lot of credit goes to my brother. But yes, when I took the decision of finally quitting the job and coming back and focusing primarily on the export business, they thought that, okay, maybe I'm going to try my hands for some time and then understand. But I guess the first shipment that we got and we started supplying our products, that's when they understood the seriousness of what we were trying to build together. And
Yeah.
since that time, Vedita, there's been no looking back at all.
Love that. Very inspiring. And as a woman founder, did you ever face discrimination, judgment, or people underestimating you, and how did you deal with that?
I think a lot of people admire you, respect you more
Yeah.
because of the fact that you're a woman founder. It is a proven fact, and I hope the men don't get upset with this.
Yeah.
That women are far more sincere
That
when
is
it comes
true.
to building a workforce.
That is true.
So I think with that great, good quality products, a clear vision of what we wanted to do, not cutting corners, not using ingredients which were not completely 100% grade A. All of these things have only helped us in a big way. And I've been very blessed, as in the kind of support that I've had from corporates, the kind of support I've had from different people in different industries is phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I don't think the discrimination could be this, that I was helped more than probably
Oh,
other
okay,
people.
yeah.
But no, it's been all positive and good.
Yeah. And when you entered the skincare space, were there already big competitors, and how did you make Adiva stand out?
So a very interesting story is that even before we launched the brand name Adiva, we were manufacturing products for a lot of renowned brands.
Oh,
It is
okay.
called the third-party manufacturing, or
Yeah.
also called OEM. So when it comes to the formulation, the standardization of the formulation, all of that was very much existent in the factory. Clean beauty, right ingredients, rural women. Adiva
Yeah.
as a brand emerged because I wanted to take Ayurveda to the world. And if I was manufacturing products for the top brands and only my manufacturing details were mentioned, people would not know what value I was bringing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how I stand differently or what my USP is.
Yes. Love that. And this is something that young founders really want to know before starting. Funding and investment is one of the biggest reason young people give up on their dreams. How did you manage initial investments, and what advice would you give to the first time founders?
Okay, so we are and we have been a bootstrap company.
Okay.
And I feel even before you start looking for your first $1 million funding or first round of funding,
Yeah.
it is better to get your house in order. When I did my hotel management, which was a couple of years back,
Yeah.
many years back, we were made to do every odd job. We were trained in housekeeping, we were trained in kitchen, we were trained in laundry, we were trained in F&B service. And the logic behind such a vigorous training was so that we know exactly what happens where. When you're an entrepreneur and you are bootstrapped, you know every aspect of your business.
Yeah.
And when you actually look at scaling it up, it becomes easier for you to
Yes.
put that knowledge and experience in front of your investors. So for sure, have a clear strategy.
Yeah.
Don't just jump into, okay, I'm going to get funding and I'm going to do this. It's always good to take one step at a time,
Yeah.
and that will help you grow in the long term as well.
Okay, that's amazing. And what's one strategy that really worked for you in terms of getting your first customers and building trust in your brand?
So there is only one strategy that works. And there is only one strategy that will make you successful.
Yeah.
Good product.
Amazing.
If you have a good product, you will have people talking about it. Word of mouth is the most organic and genuine way of promoting a brand.
Yeah.
And Adiva, more or less, has only been marketing, has only grown because of this word of mouth references that one person told another and the other told another.
Yeah.
And slowly and gradually, we now have a community of hundreds and thousands of people who love us.
Yes, I can see that. And what's one lesson you wish before starting Adiva? You wish you knew before starting Adiva?
I think I'm a perfectionist, which is a good thing and
Yes.
a not so very good thing. So sometimes because you want everything to be perfect, you become an overthinker. You
Yeah.
overanalyze everything. So the learning that I have had is start with what you have. If you feel you need to start a business, just go ahead with it. Just put in your heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will open up all the doors for you. But the first step has to be taken by you.
Yes.
And in that, don't let people discourage you. Don't let your friends tell you this is not a good idea. Maybe you're just wasting your time. No. Just become deaf. Don't listen to anyone. Just keep doing what you love doing.
I love that advice because people keep on discouraging me when I say I want to start my own business. I don't want to, get a job in a company. They're like, oh, you're just being dumb right now. It's not going to work out.
After doing a corporate job for about 15 years, I decided to be my own boss. So it sounds very fancy, be my own boss, but
yes.
That means you are doing everything. You are delivering the boxes, you are making the product, you're labeling the product. That's how we started off.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately, I have a team which has different roles that they are playing in the company.
Yeah.
I have a separate marketing team, accounts team, manufacturing team. But when we started off, being your own boss is not exactly the best thing to happen, especially when you're coming from a structured corporate.
Yeah.
So if you can, sail through that, there is no stopping at all. Because then you are very clear that this
yes.
is what I want to do and I'm going to give it my 100%.
Love that. Truly inspiring. And one advice you would like to share with wannabe founders or entrepreneurs?
Don't rush into creating a business, a brand. Think of what is your purpose. What do you want to do? Like today, if I'm sitting on a podcast with you, the reason we are doing this podcast is because I truly believe in your vision of what you're trying to do.
Thank you.
You want to capture the founder stories and make it like a learning platform for budding entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So you have to find your purpose. My purpose was to take Ayurveda to the global platform.
Yeah.
I've been working, in my own way towards that. We've had support from different sections, different industries. We've got clients in the US, clients in Canada. So it definitely helps, but you have to find your purpose.
Yeah. I will truly find my purpose now. And
I think you already have.
I mean, this is just the starting stage. I have so much more. And my parents are scared sometimes. They're scared if I'm is this realistic or are you thinking out of the box? But I'm excited for today.
Out of the box is extraordinary thinking. And that's why they say now that the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little bit of, extra.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking like that, I'm sure, you will shine and you will be recognized for what you're doing.
Thank you. And before we wrap this up, let's do something fun, a quick rapid fire. I'll ask a few short questions and you answer in one sentence or word, whatever comes in your mind.
Oh my God, let me just...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, shoot.
Okay, so one skincare ingredient you swear by.
Saffron.
Love that.
Saffron and more saffron.
Okay. And risk taking or playing safe? I think I already know this one.
I think risk taking, but with some safety, some helmet, something to kind of cover up the risk as well.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person who can just blindly take risks.
Yeah, get that. Emails or face-to-face meetings?
I think emojis are cute, but
yes.
Face-to-face meetings have their own charm. So face-to-face, any day.
And one business book or podcast that shaped you?
I think one business book that really I love reading, one of them is The Psychology of Money, which is very nice.
I love that as well.
I'm a big fan of Eckhart Tolle, so I've been reading his books as well.
Okay.
And, if you talk to me about business books, I might not remember all the books that I have read. But these kind of books that have helped me grow spiritually and have made me understand the difference between a human being and being human are the kind of books that I love reading.
Love that. And plan everything or go with the flow?
Flow for sure.
I would say the same
but
thing.
With a list. First this, second this, third this, and we are flowing.
Yeah. And coffee or Indian chai?
Chai, any day. And no matcha, no chai latte, chai, masala
Just
chai.
I can see. A dream collab for Adiva?
I think I already have collaborations that people dream of. One of the collaboration is with Aman Hotels, which are one of the most premium hotels in the world. But yes, if I think of a dream collab, probably a collaboration with UNESCO, so that we can talk about Ayurveda as a way of living and educate more and more people about the rich culture that we have.
Yeah. And if you had to pick just one Adiva product to gift every corporate client this Diwali, which one would it be?
Oh, that's a good question, Vedita. I love all my products, but keeping in mind it's Diwali time, our Panchkarya based Ayurvedic incense sticks are a big hit. People have loved these incense sticks.
Yeah.
They have beautiful names: Shubh, Samriddhi, Soham, Shanti. And all of them are made with sacred flowers, herbs, and do not have any bamboo in them. So yes, keeping in mind it's Diwali time, I think I would recommend the range of incense sticks that we have.
Amazing. And I would say thank you so much, Ms. Anchal, for sharing your journey so openly. I think a lot of young entrepreneurs, including me, are going to take away really valuable lessons. And I also loved hearing about your Diwali corporate gifting campaign. It's such a meaningful way to combine tradition, wellness, and sustainability. And I'm sure it will inspire many people and organizations this festive season. Wishing you and Adiva more and more success. And to everyone watching, stay tuned for more stories like this on Know Your Founders. Until next time, keep learning and keep building.